So for us, foraging is pretty important. It's a really interesting way of finding ingredients that would otherwise be discarded, forgotten, or potentially even go to waste. Things like blossoms. Obviously when trees flower you get a certain amount of blossom, but not all of that is ever going to be converted into fruit, and it just seems such a waste for it to just fall on the ground. So we look out for trees, fruits, leaves, anything that we feel like we can use. When we're preparing our ingredients, it tends to be important for us to utilise as much as we can. So the fig leaf garnish that I've been working on, a lot of that was based on getting the garnish out of the leaves before we use the leaves. So instead of using an ingredient and then having to figure out a garnish, we actually do it the other way around. We use the leaf as the garnish, and then the rest of the leaf becomes the ingredient for the infusion. The ultrasonic homogenizer is a slightly strange piece of kit. It basically uses ultrasonic sound waves to create cavitation. Now that basically means that we make bubbles, and the bubbles burst, and that helps us infuse herbs and spices and fresh ingredients into waters or alcohols. So we use the centrifuge here to separate different liquids and solids based on the specific densities. It allows us to clarify things like juice, it allows us to split milk and use the whey products to create ricotta. It basically allows us to push the heavier elements to the bottom of the centrifuge bucket, which allows us to keep things clear. So we use a rotary evaporator, which allows us to do low pressure, low temperature distillation. This means we can actually use a lot of herbs and ingredients that would otherwise be cooked at standard distillation temperatures. So instead of at 70 degrees, we can do things at 30, 35 degrees. We can create gins with things like basil if we've got fresh herbs. So for us at Scout, we tend to keep things particularly minimal in terms of garnish. We want the drinks to look super elegant, sophisticated and really clean. Whilst it is still important for us, we use things that are sustainable, things that come from the drinks, garnishes like flowers, leaves, that sort of thing. And we keep the glassware quite similar as well. It's quite plain, it's quite elegant.